In this meta, these 4 formations will help you win most of your arena battles. Hey guys, so I haven't had the time to make my regular content for you guys, so today I decided that I'm going to make this one. This is going to be on the fly with minimal edits, and today we're going to talk about the 4 formations that you should probably have to help you better in arena. They should win you most of your fights. Granted, you may need to make some minor tweaks or adjustments, and I'll also be going over the thought process and explaining the reasoning behind them so that you can have a better understanding. Alright, and with that said, the first formation we're going to go over is going to be Backstab 2. And Backstab 2 is good to go up against Split Formation, because in Split Formation, a lot of the times, your opponent will have valuable troops in the back that you want to take out, like the Necromancer, Lightseeker, Bone Gunner, or Bone Warlock. Now, your Backstabbers that are going to be flying in, you're going to want to be high health, high attack damage troops. So for low level players, you can play units like Elven Archer, Forest Scouts, Ronin, Pumpkin Guard. For high level players, you can use Lightseeker, Radiant Warrior, Night King, and so on. Their purpose is going to be to fly into the back and stall, distract, and take out the key units or the valuable units back here. For your core troops, you can play whatever you want, your highest level, highest damaging troops that make sense. There is only one thing that I'll recommend, is that in this top left corner and this top right corner, you're going to want to play your highest health tank. In a split formation, a lot of times opponents will have bone gunners or long range units on their front line, and that is going to be the first area that's going to get targeted. So if you put a weak unit there, that unit's going to just perish. So that is the only recommendation that I would recommend. You can also know that you are going up against a split. You can also create your own split where your strong side is going to be strong against their strong side. Your weak side is going to be strong against their weak side. I am going to hit battle here in a minute just to show you guys how this all plays out. It's pretty straightforward. However, I did change their front line just to show you the effect of them attacking these 2 corners. And as you saw there, the Griffin Knight and the Night King both got hit right away by the Bone Gunner. And then we go back here. It's within about 5 seconds. The Necromancers are taken out. Lightseekers do take a little bit longer. Okay, so now let's say that you are now going up against someone who is playing a Backstab 2 play, right? We were just talking about the Backstab 2 play. You understand what they're trying to do. How do you counter that? Well, the best way to counter that is going to be with Backstab 1. With Backstab 1, there's 3 important components to your formation. The first one is going to be your backline. You're going to want to reinforce your backline to be able to handle their stabbers that are coming at you. You want to fill it up with tanks and high damaging units. The second important thing is going to be you're going to want to play Frost Skeletons, and you're going to want to set them in this back section, right? Because once they fly over, they're going to be more towards the front of the opposing team. And then of course, you're going to want to mix in high health, high damaging, and your usual stabbers or flankers. The third most important thing is going to be your front line. You're going to want long range units. And I'm not talking to like Forest Scouts or anything like that. You're going to want long range like the Elven Archer. Okay, you can see here how long these range are compared to, I don't have, okay, let's say the Warlock, right? That's like a mid-range. You want long range. And the reason why you want to do that is because as your Frost Skeletons flies back there, it's going to draw the attention or provoke some or most of his front lines if he has tanks in the front. So what you're trying to do is you're trying to turn around his front line and get free attacks on his front line with your long range units, while your rear units are handling his stabbers. And then the main middle of your army can be anything that you want. Your high valuable troops like Necromancer, fragile troops like Mist Archer. And here I'll click battle just to show you guys. So as you can see here, the only troops that are coming at me is going to be the Griffin Knight and his Night King. His Bone Gunner did turn around, but as you notice, most of them has turned around to deal with my stabbers. Moving on, now we're dealing with someone who is using a Backstab 1 play. I just explained the thought process behind it, and that's exactly what they're trying to do. How do you counter that? Easy, you counter it with outflank. Outflank will have the same 3 important components and the same thought process behind it. You want to turn the front line around. The only difference is that you have changed your back line so that you're able to catch their stabbers and deal with them. Your front line, you can now use troops like 4 scouts that has a shorter attack range because your flankers are going to be so close to their front line that's going to automatically turn all of them around. And one thing that you want to do is, for example, if they had this setup here, you want to be able to take out their bone gunners and their warlock. And if they have necromancers that are on the edge like this, you have a very high chance of also taking them out. I will now hit battle just to show you guys what I mean. And as you saw here, they all turn around, right? His front line all turn around. My 4 scouts are able to attack. Some of them did turn around, which is nice. Sometimes you want more support towards the rear. And guess what? Yes, now we're going up against an outflank. So how do you counter that? Split? Well, yes, you are right. But unfortunately for me, in my experience, for a split to be effective, you have to have the right troops and you have to have your troops positioned in a certain way. I just haven't found much success with that, but the success that I have found that would win me most of my fights against an outflank is another outflank play. And what you would need to do is pretty simple. You just move your tanks into the position to catch their flankers and you move your valuable troops to the rear. In a way, you could say that it's going to be a mirror match, but you have the advantage that you are prepared. And once again, just to show you guys, and as you can see, his weak units are getting hurt and mine are safe because my tanks has caught his flanks. And then his valuable units like his necromancers are already at half health while mine are still healthy. Alright, and I have moved on to arena. I want to show you the effectiveness of the formations that I have just explained. We are right now going up against an outflank play, and I have already loaded my outflank counter, a level 30 with 106 attack power. But from the looks of the troops, it looks like he has more level 7 gunners than I do. So we'll see how this goes. We are now going up against a level 33. It looks like he's doing a split play, and I have loaded backstab too. Let's see how this one goes. And immediately you can see that I am about 20 points ahead. It looks like he is starting to catch up a little bit here, but we are still able to stay ahead. He does have a level 6 Tide Lord, and I don't know if that's a level 6 Melody Weaver, but those are very scary troops to be going up against. And if I didn't play this formation, I don't think I would have won against that level 6 Tide Lord. And this time around, we have level 28 with 109 attack power. It looks like he is playing a backstab 1, and I have loaded the backstab 1 counter, which is the outflank. And as you can see, here's this whole front line turns around. I get free hits. Now the question is my tank, and it looks like my tank was able to handle with his stabbers. And it did look like it was going to be a close game there. We did pull through. But sometimes that is the way it is. It will not always guarantee you a win, but it will give you an edge. I think that I could have made better micro adjustments to my army. And that is it, guys. Go and give it a try. See what works for you. Change it around. Hopefully this helps. If it does, come back, leave me a comment, let me know it did. Hit the like and subscribe. Thank you. Until next time.